segment of the show is one of my favorite segments by far. It is called the Well Track. This one here, for me, I love rap and I love hip hop so much. I feel personally like the hip hop game, the industry is an amazing industry. But I feel like sometimes our artists get caught up in what will sell instead of, I'm not going to say instead of, I'm going to say they get caught up in what will sell and telling their life story. You can't be mad at hip hop without being mad at watch this. You cannot be mad at hip hop artists without being mad at the circumstances that created the music. You cannot be mad at hip hop artists if you're not first being mad at the circumstances that created the music. Which means most artists are often just telling us what they see, what they've heard, what they've been around. Whether we like it or not. Nas never told us he was a gangster, but he gave us music and an amazing song like Looking Out of My Project Window. He never told us he was a gangster. He never told us he was a killer, but he told us the visuals that he saw looking outside of his project window. The difference is nowadays we will call that person a studio gangster. We would get mad at that person for telling us what they saw. A lot of the artists today, I'm not saying they're right or wrong. What I'm saying is they've given us verbal description of what they've seen. We've created an atmosphere where we've pressured them in being a certain type of person. I see right now on a lot of blog sites, they are now highlighting black men that told on other black men. Now, I'm from the street, so I'm not going to even voice my opinion on that, but what I will say is there's so many other things that we can be highlighting. Why are we making a big deal to highlight if somebody told on somebody or not? Again, I'm from the street, so I have my own personal opinion on how I feel about the situation. But what I will say is with everything that is going on in the world, why is it that we are highlighting whether a black man told or not? Another thing that I don't like is why is it that black women and black men fight for who have suffered the most? Black women, I am the most disrespected person in America. Okay, black man, I am the most disrespected. So now we fight against each other to see who has inflicted the most trauma. We cannot be mad at hip-hop artists if we not first get mad at the situation and the environment that created the lyrics to begin with. The same people, and I will say that at one point, I was a person like, man, we can't do this, we can't do that, but I will also say that the same people who say that, we got to blame the artist, we got to do this, will go to a club and hear the music and bob our head to it. I want to say right now that I apologize for every artist who I've ever said, bro, we got to stop making that music. I will say we got to first start condemning the environments that created that music. We got to first start condemning the environments that made that music acceptable. We got to start condemning the people who are pushing the music, who are benefiting off our black men and black women for creating this type of music. These are the people we have to condemn first before we start condemning our own. I'm not saying that we're going to have to take accountability, but what I can say is we got to blame the people who put us in position to make us feel like this is the only way that we can eat. Once we start doing that, then we create a different environment. We cannot say the slave who ran away is horrendous. I'm going to make it even better. If the hunter only told the story, the lion would always be the most vicious person in the world. But if the lion got to tell his story, we would see it from another perspective. As long as the hunter gets to tell the story, he can paint the picture of the lion because the lion can never defend itself. The minute the lion gets to tell his story, he can tell you why I bit his ass. Okay, so this verse of the Well Track is brought to us by none other than, rest in peace, Young Dolph. He said something and he gave us something that was amazing. He simply said, I got tired of buying cars, I started buying property. Trap ninja out here playing real life Monopoly, end quote. Say it again. I got tired of buying cars, then I started buying property. Trap ninja out here playing real life monopoly. I'm gonna tell you why I love this. I love these couple bars. I'm a firm believer that I'm gonna say this. Jose might gotta bleep this out. Sometimes we gotta just get the nigga out of us. How you feel about that, Jose? We all right? I can let that flow? I can let that flow? All right. Sometimes we just gotta get the nigga out of us, man. Oh, you let me say it again? I say it again? Oh, God damn, my bad. My bad. Sometimes we just got to get it out of us, man. Sometimes we just got to get it out of us, man. And to everybody, it's different. Right? You take a black man who's been in poverty his whole life, who's suffered. Memphis is heavy in the streets. The first thing you do is start buying you some cars. Buy you some jewelry. You get that out of you. If you've been poor, you've been broke your whole life, you got to at least feel what it feel like. And I'm not here to judge. I think the problem is we judge too much. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Shut up. Yes, you would. But I will say is he made a great statement. I got tired of buying cars, then I started buying property. That's an amazing switch. Trap ninja out here playing real life Monopoly. I believe that everybody should learn at least once a month. They should play Monopoly with their kids.
What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through, to bring your temperament down, to take you from panic to encouragement. So listen, man, come join us in Trappers Anonymous. The link is below. Listen, if you want to be helped, if you want to truly make money in the stock market, if you truly want to let your money work harder for you than you've worked for it, there's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
We do this because Trapping Tuesdays, to me, is fertilizer. I love to do it. But I want to ask you this question. What does wealth mean to you? What does wealth look like to you? But most importantly, what has provoked you to seek out to attain wealth? It's like climbing Mount Everest, tallest mountain in the world. Very few people can say they've made it successfully, but many have died trying to overcome it. The fatigue of consistently fighting for a dream that often seems insurmountable can sometimes take the possession of one's inner being. I want you to listen to that. Sometimes the goal of achieving wealth can be insurmountable, meaning it seems like it's something that's too big to overcome. Some of us feel like every time I take 2 steps forward, I take 2 steps backwards. Some of us feel like every time we're trying to save some money, something comes up. A light bill got to be paid. An emergency comes up. The car breaks down. A phone bill is due. The task of building wealth can seem insurmountable. But on this journey, we have to transform and transition from being reactive to proactive. How do we attack life? How do we stop letting life attack us? How do we stop sitting back being conservative, saying I'm saving money? How do I say, you know what, instead of me saving it, I'm going to invest it? How do we be proactive towards life? How do we put ourselves in situations to accumulate knowledge and then apply the knowledge instead of accumulating the knowledge just to take notes? We got some professional note takers. I sit up here every week for 2 hours because I love it, because I enjoy it, but also because I know what freedom feels like. I know what freedom tastes like. I know what freedom smells like. It's an acquired taste. The thing is, I want everybody to feel it. I want everybody to smell it. And I want everybody to taste it. So for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I get up here. But that's not counting the 6 days prior that I prepare for it. That's not accounting for every person in here that makes sure that this show gets to you in the best way we can. Because everybody here is about being the most impactful. You begin to see life through your experiences. What have your experiences, what picture has life painted for you? Do you have a Mona Lisa? Do you have a Picasso? What do you have if you looked at your life? Your experiences can also dilute your perspective. But your perspective can influence your intellect. Plan, implement, execute. When I say that my perspective can influence my intellect, is me asking myself a simple question. When I'm put in a situation, what is my response to it? My response to it is predicated on how I see life, what I've been through in life, and then I ask myself, what are the consequences of that action? What is the consequences of commitment? Is it losing friends? Is it losing the people you're close to? Is it quitting a job? Is it unanchoring yourself from a toxic relationship? Is it seeing money different? Is it being lonely? What is the consequences of commitment? But if we also understand that our perspective influences our intellect and our experiences paint a vivid picture of our life, how can we then create a Basquiat? What is that vision? What does those colors look like? What does freedom look like, smell like, and taste like to you? We have to reset the boundaries because we cannot live in the parameters of what was. The parameters of what was can be a prison. the parameters of what was keeps us in a financial, traumatic, toxic environment. We must redefine our lives. We must redefine our perspectives. We must redefine what we think wealth is. We must redefine who we are. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man. Thank you for tuning in another amazing week of Trappin' Tuesdays. I'm gonna see you next week. Same time, same place, same desk. Each and every Thursday at 5 o'clock, man, you can catch the audio experience of Trappin' Tuesdays. Help us get those likes up. Help us get those downloads up. I promise you we are dedicated to the journey. We will not stop. We are 27 episodes in with 27,000 more to go. I promise y'all, we are dedicated to revolutionizing the financial movement. We are the trappers. We are the financial revolutionaries. I love y'all. Good night.